Hey everyone, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI. Let's try this one more time. I felt bad. I I wanted to get this done earlier, but as if you were in the first live stream, there was a lot of technical issues, and I found out that my internet upload speed was like 6 megabits per second or something like that when it's supposed to be around 30, 35. So that's why I was having some dropouts in my frame. Anyway, so if you're out there, if you're back, say hi. And I'll get started with this. I'm going to try to go a little faster than I was going before because it took me an hour and I just got through a few measures of music. That's too slow for me. This is a demo and review of SWAM Strings 3. This is their newest plugin. How's the video out there if you're watching? Let me know. I'm going to start opening up a few instances of SWAM. I'm going to go ahead and switch my view. And this time I'm using Logic. Hopefully it won't crap out on me like Cubase did. Because it's starting to get really old. I don't know if it's Cubase or if it's the plugins, but either way, Logic usually does not give me any of these issues. Cello 3. Okay, so let's get this started. I'm going to go ahead and quickly label these. Violin 1, violin 2, viola, and cello. And just for kicks, I'm going to, oops, that's not a violin. Violin 2. This just makes it feel authentic, you know? All right, tempo was, I need to change the meter first, 6/8, and tempo was about, I think I said 60. I'll keep it at 60 for now. Rather than inputting the notes one by one, I'm going to go a little quicker with this and start sight reading this. I'll even add some vibrato in. I'll work on dynamics later. But it does have to be piano. All right, let's get this started. Oh, no click. Rookie mistake. That's too loud. What's up with that? Whoops. This is probably why I was inputting the notes manually, because this is sort of a tricky rhythm. And then let me quickly fix the dynamics. So I'm going to hit A, go to expression. And yeah, that's too high right there. I'm going to take that off and set the bar low. That's too low. All right, and then the second violin. I'm going to go ahead and create a MIDI region right here and set the dynamic, which is piano, so that means soft. So I'm going to set it kind of low. All right. I don't know what got loud. You hear that? There's a jump in the volume. Okay, let's try that again. All right. That's not bad. Then viola, which I do not read. We'll set the dynamics for that as well. So expression, and then I'm going to check the comments, see if anybody's out there. Oh, hey, I'm back to listen. How is this plugin? This plugin is amazing. So when you start inputting notes and rhythm, it does not sound real at all because you have to control every aspect of this. Now, with a lot of sampled instruments, they'll literally have someone record a note with vibrato, record an express. They're using expression when they play. So all the little nuances of a real human playing are present with samples. But the problem is that you can't really change too many of those parameters. With this, the starting note, it sounds very artificial. However, once you start adding all those different parameters like vibrato, bow pressure, expression, or dynamics, even where you bow, all those things start adding up to a more realistic sound. If you're just joining me, this is my second live stream today. I did one just a few minutes ago, and my internet connection, my upload connection was really, really slow. I don't know why. Right now, it's like kind of in the red, but I reset it and everything was working fine. So hopefully, it's not dropping any frames. I was using Cubase, and I got a lot of work done after almost an hour, and it froze. So I decided to do this in Logic. And that's what I'm doing right now. So thanks for joining me. All right, so I'm playing the viola part. This is called a Flower Duet. I forgot if it's from an opera or if it is, which opera it's from, but it's such a beautiful and well-known piece. So if you've probably heard it before. All right, so I'm reading the viola part right now. Whoops, I did portamento on accident. So let's play this. I'm going to practice it really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to make this a little smaller so I can read that. All right, wish me luck. Oh, I messed up already. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. 1. All right, that's not bad. Nerve-wracking. Videos choppy in parts now and then, but still watchable. They are the best in physical modeling. Expressions are lit. Oh boy, that's some sound. Well, you should hear it when I start fixing up all the little nuances of playing, but thank you. I appreciate that. All right, in cello, I'm going to set the dynamic, starting dynamic or expression. Oops. All right, let's go. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mess up on that last note, but I'll fix it in the MIDI editing. Boo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know why the dynamic was so loud. So this is how it's supposed to sound. All right, so I'm not understanding why all of a sudden that's sounding very loud. That cello is supposed to be very quiet. Very, very quiet. See, so the dynamic is set to 24. This is why I was saying in Cubase, the MIDI editing is very good, very powerful. Let's see. Oops. I just realized I made a mistake on the note. That's not an F sharp, that's a G sharp. So I'm always up for a challenge. Like if there's something that I want to achieve sonically or musically, I'm up for the challenge of getting to that sound or getting as close to that sound as possible. But one thing I hate, and I don't use that word all the time. One thing I really hate is when something doesn't work the way it's supposed to. All right. But there you go. There you go. All right. So the next part, the next 4 bars, they're pretty much the same except for a few notes. So I'm going to go ahead and actually Command R, I think. There you go. For repeat. However, there are some differences. If you look down here, the last note of the violin goes up to D sharp. Violin 2 goes up to a B. Viola loses that last note. And the cello plays a B. And then B, F sharp, B, B. I'm not using the expression controller because I'm editing that in the MIDI editor. Let's see. Oh, you know what I didn't check for is to make sure that these are different violins, because otherwise when they play the same note, it's going to sound out of phase. Whoa. Oh, this is just wonderful. You guys hear that? It just all of a sudden it popped out. So so far this is not working perfectly in Logic. Part of this video was to see how this functions creating real music. That's why I wanted to do it live, so I can show you how it works in real time. But for some reason, it decided to make that violin part, second violin part, loud. Maybe if I get rid of that point, it will work. So this is unacceptable to me. The fact that it's jumping up like that. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to pull out my expression pedal. Hopefully that'll solve the issue. Fingers crossed. Okay, good. So that's the first part. I'm going to put a few more notes in here. One, two, three. AD95, what do you mean, which means? What were we referring to? I started to use this plugin, but it shows that the expression controller is not responding. I'm using Studio 1.5. Could you please help me solve this? Honestly, I don't know how to help you. I don't know about Studio One, but are you referring to the expression controller, like the physical one, or the internal one on your DAW? Anyway, let's continue with this. Oh, I forgot the click. I wonder if my timing was off. I have doubts about it. All right, I'll stop right there. Do the next part. One. So I'm playing the violin 2 part down here. Right here. So it's 1. Wish me luck. Whoops. All right, next part. Viola clef sucks. Sorry, violas. I think that's a C. 1. No, that's not a C. Is it? C sharp? To A sharp? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty straightforward. Violists always get the boring parts. I feel bad for them. Sort of like the altos in choir. Okay, that's good. Ooh, this is interesting. All right. Fun. Cellists have very fun parts, except in Pachelbel's canon. Oops. My sight reading is rusty. Oh, is that the same notes as the viola? Interesting. Maybe I should have added vibrato. Yeah, I'm going to do that again. It's lacking expression. I'm trying to play the cello part with one hand, but it's very wide, and it's very hard to get that vibrato in there. I'll try it again. Nice. All right, so let's hear it so far. Okay, so it's sounding a lot better than it would have if I had just programmed in the notes, but I'm hearing some timing issues in the cello, so I'm going to fix those really quick. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to quantize it first. That way everything's lined up to the grid. So it should sound too perfect. Let's solo it. Yes. And in it, the MIDI tab. Are you talking about this? What do you mean the MIDI tab? All right, so I'm going to play it back. So that's sounding beautiful. Let's hear how it sounds with everything now that that's been quantized. Oh, I forgot the next step is to humanize it. I'm not going to humanize the first note. Let me go ahead and join these regions. All right. Then I'm going to take the notes that I quantized, accept the first note, and I'm going to humanize them by going to Functions, MIDI Transform, Humanize, and I'm going to humanize the timing. So it's been a while since I haven't been using Logic that much. So that's so this is randomizing velocity. I don't want it to randomize velocity. Oh, position. There you go. So I'm going to put through randomize velocity only by about 10 ticks. That's good. Select and operate. And that's just going to move these just a little bit. That way they don't land perfectly on the grid. Maybe I'll do it a little bit more. I don't think that was any at all, actually. Oh, that was too much. No. I think those are larger intervals. That's what's happening. There you go. This is like amateur hour. Okay. There you go. Now, I'm trying to decide what to do about the panning because in a standard string quartet, when they're on stage or performing, the violin 1 and 2 are right next to each other, and it's usually violin 1 and then violin 2 next to them, and then viola is the third one, and then cello's on the right side. So I'm trying to decide if it's best to pan it that way. I'm going to go ahead and quantize the viola part because viola part and cello play off of each other. So let me do that really quick. And then I'm going to humanize it again. I don't know why it's doing that. I think I'm pressing something wrong. There you go. But now the top parts sound wrong. I don't want to just keep quantizing everything. That's the thing. Maybe I'll do it a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and randomize the vibrato on these. As I stated in the last video, you can randomize vibrato by percentage up to 20%. I'm going to set the violins pretty high, as well as their fade in. So fade in is the time it takes to actually ramp up to the top vibrato speed. I believe, or to start doing vibrato. And it's measured in milliseconds up to 1 second. And I'll give these different numbers. That way they're in no way synced, because otherwise that would sound really unrealistic. I'll do the same for the viola, although viola doesn't have too much vibrato because the notes are shorter. All right, so in my head, the first note on the violin one, da 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 dum, ba da da dum. I feel like it needs to come out more. The vibrato needs to get wider. The dynamic needs to get louder, and it just needs to be more expressive right there. So I'm going to start working on that a little bit. I'm gonna make this window full size. Hopefully, I can achieve that. Now, I'm not promising you that it's going to sound ultra realistic because I haven't had this for long, but I'm pretty good at solving problems. Also good at creating problems. So let's work with the bow pressure. Actually, you know what? I want to hear the different presets. I really like the Tchaikovsky violin. Oops. I'm going to set bow pressure. So I'm going to open up MIDI, click on bow pressure, and on my keyboard, I'm going to turn CC number 14, or press learn and then CC number 14. Now what this does, it gives it a different timbre, because if you press on a bow or push a bow down against a string really hard, it's going to scratch. And then as you start releasing pressure, it starts sounding airier. And you can hear more harmonics. So let me play with that a little bit while I record. All right, I'll do the same thing to violin 2. And again, these are making very minute differences, but they all add up. Oh, wait. Oh, I see what happened. That scared me for a second. I accidentally, I kept the violin 1 open. Some of you probably saw that. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, that one's already assigned. Okay, so I'll keep that open. I'm going to choose another violin. nice sound. Yeah, regarding the panning, there's a classical mix and a contemporary. Usually with a lot of like in cinema, they'll have the lower instruments like the basses and cellos in the front, and they'll have the strings on the side because it kind of feels off balance when you're listening to it like a classical mixed orchestra with the violins on the left side to the center and the violas, cellos, and basses from center to the right. Um, so it's all up to you. Can you give me your license for 3 days? Sure. Just kidding. No, I'm not. I'm not allowed to do that. I wish I could. Um, all right. So I worked on the bow pressure, and what I was thinking when I was playing it is on the parts where it it's crescendoing, it's becoming more intense and expressive. I imagine the violinist digging into the bow just a little bit more, and on the parts where it softens up and it releases a note to lighten up on that bow. So I toned it down on there, and hopefully it gives me the right effect. Um, let's try it with the viola now. I'm not going to be able to finish this piece tonight because there's just it's going to be too long. It's going to be too long of a live stream. Hopefully this will be quick. Oh, I should keep that open just so I could see. Now I'm glad I played those parts because there's some notes that are accented, and when you hit this, when you hit the instrument or the key hard, it automatically adds an accent to it. It's called staccato attack. Can you give me 50% off the violin purchase? Well, I don't sell these, but if you join hifimidi.com, I can ask the company if they would be willing to provide a group discount if you're serious. They have done it before, but I haven't asked them in a while. And let's do the same thing with cello number. Let's do the same thing with the cello. I can't even think right now. I'm running on all my cores right now. All right, it's sounding better. I don't like that cello though. I need something with a little more resonance that kind of just hangs. Let me go through the presets. I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to have to switch presets. Oh, that's beautiful. But I got to take out that reverb. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do that to all of these because I want them to have the same reverb auxiliary. So now it's going to sound dry, very, very dry. All right, this is going to probably sound worse. All right, so I don't like how it sounds dry, so I'm going to go ahead and create an aux channel. So I'll select all of these, send to bus 1, call that reverb. Then I'll choose my reverb. Space Designer or Chromaverb. And I'll do like a chamber or something. And then let's start sending these. Hey, that's sounding better, I think. Muy bueno, los tengo a todos. So I'm not done with the tweaking of the parameters here, but one thing I like to do is to start adding things that are going to make this sound glued together. One of those things is compression. I know it's string instruments; they have to have their, but just a little bit of compression. I don't know which one to use though. Let me see. Waves. Maybe I'll use an Apple compressor. I want to see if they have any presets for strings. Probably not. Very low compression. And then another thing I liked using is some harmonic distortion. Just a little bit. Saturation is what it is, not distortion. Hi, Maddie. I think this would have a better feel if it was just a little bit slower. So if, in case you haven't noticed, or in case you've noticed, as I start changing parameters or adjusting little things here and there, it starts adding to the realism. I haven't even really touched the dynamics. I did set it to soft, but I haven't even given that life. Like right now, the violin is mostly piano or soft. How long have I been on here? 46 minutes. Oh, that's not bad. I'll go ahead and work on that part. So that's going to be expression. Yeah, don't have anything for expression. Interesting. Really? I thought I said it at the beginning. Do you guys remember seeing that? Well, in any case, hi-fi Ruben. Hi, Vishesh. Thanks for joining. Is that hit rapper and artist the baby? Is that what? All right, let me control expression. I'm going to use my ribbon on my keyboard. I'll show it to you right now, really quick. So right here on the keyboard, there's a little ribbon that lights up. It's probably out of view. Oh, hold on. There you go. That controls the expression. So I'm going to use that. Hopefully it works well. If not, I'm going to quit. All right, let's give it a shot. Please, please work. All right, not bad. Let's do the same thing for violin 2. I'll try to put this in view. All right, that's sounding better, I think. It has more of a shape to it. All right, viola. All right, this is coming along. So as you can hear, somebody was calling me while I was recording. I'm a very wanted man. Anyway, as you can hear, I was trying to make it so that the strings were swelling on those phrases, da 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 dum, and then they back off. So I was trying to make sure that the controller was also doing that, or the expression was also doing that. Now, I'm not going to do everything that I possibly can to tweak this because otherwise it would take a long time. But as you can see, this is an amazing program because as you start adding these different elements to it, it becomes more and more realistic. Now, when I was listening to this, I thought I like that reverb, but I want it to sound more like it's in a room, like in a large chambers, like in a palace or something. Um, so I'm going to change this really quick. Maybe in a concert hall. But I don't want it to be that obvious. So I'm going to play around with this reverb. I have not used Expressive E Touche. I don't even know what that is, but what is that? Yes, that's Flower Duet, Mr. Daniel. And I have it right here. Watch. Oops, not right there. Right here. I was playing off of it earlier in the video. All right, let's listen to the vibrato, or vibrato, reverb. Getting my terms mixed up. Whoops, that was the wrong fader. So I feel like that cello is a little too loud, too bright. I'm gonna start mixing it in. Oh no, you know, it's the viola. Yeah, I mean, there's a few notes that stood out to me that I think they're a little loud, and those I would go back in there and fix those, get the expression down on them so they're not standing out so much. But I think this is sounding really good. Um, let's see. There was a question. What's the panic button in the plugin interface? So I think the panic button just resets everything. If it loses connection to your keyboard or if something's wrong in the plugin, it just or hold on. I'm gonna press the panic button really quick. Actually, you know what? Let me open up a new one. That way it doesn't mess this up. I'm gonna save this Flower Duet. I think maybe if the program is stuck, press the panic button. I'm not really sure. I guess I could search for the answer, but well, anyway, I got to get going, but I'm glad you stuck around if you did. If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up. It just makes me feel better about myself. If you haven't subscribed, which you probably subscribed if you joined, but if you're not, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm going to be on here a lot in these next couple of weeks. Visit hifimidi.com, create a free account. And let's see what else. Leave a comment below. Tell me what you thought about this review, about this plugin. If you haven't, go check out the iOS version of this. I go into a lot more detail about what the actual plugin can do. But in this video, the desktop version, which functions the same, I wanted to show it in action. So friends, thanks for joining me for this review and this demo, and I will see you next time.